This video will include your favorite cuss word. It starts with the letter D. It's 10 letters, so grab your broom. It's time to clean up, honey. The cleanup challenge was created by Socially Immersed in February 2023. We administered this challenge via newsletter across 5 days. However, now we have compiled all the information because we believe that regardless of the time, you can still apply all of these tools. Each day is accompanied with questions and tasks. If you want to grab a copy of this free ebook, click the link in bio. But without further ado, let's get into the 5 topics. So the challenge kicks off with alignment. This is because you have claimed your new year, new me, and now I want you to take inventory, okay? How are you doing physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally? All relationships, not if you have a man or not, or a female. No, how are you doing across all of those lines? Because your personal self definitely affects your business self. We do include some awesome questions for this reflection period, such as, are you implementing new steps to correct last year's mistakes? Let me say that one more time. Are you implementing new steps to correct last year's mistakes? If you're not, it's time to get to it. And then, are you working on the same goal from 3 months ago? Are you working on the same goal from 3 months ago? And just be honest with yourself. If you are, why? It must be a big overarching thing, but for the most part, you really should not be working on the same goals from 3 months ago. We also include a feeling wheel. You might think LOL, but I promise you, look at the feeling wheel plus the formula we provide so that you can attach emotions and also why you feel that way to each aspect of your life so you can correct it. Then we throw it over to just developing and keeping your inner good. There are 4 Qs. You might be like, Qs? What do you mean? Yes, 4 Qs: IQ, EQ, SQ, AQ. And if you ask me which is my favorite, or which one would I prioritize first, because you definitely need to grow across all the Qs at all times, EQ, which is emotional intelligence. A lot of y'all are walking around these streets lacking emotional intelligence, and I just can't no more. Somebody needs to say something. Grow in your emotional intelligence, please, okay? There are a few questions that we also provide in this aspect to just think about, right? So like, who are you confiding in? And if they are the person you are confiding in, are they qualified to even engage in this conversation with you? A lot of us are keeping people around us who can't even engage, who wasn't even qualified. They weren't even allowed through the door, but you brought them. Therefore, you're operating in low energy, or what do they say? Low vibrations, okay? No, let's grow. Let's grow. And it's time to reveal your favorite cuss word. Discipline. Yes, discipline. Hopefully at this point in life, you know what this word is, what it means. It's everywhere. But what I want you to take from this short clip is start small. Start small. Even if it's just an hour a day in the beginning, show up. Discipline was made to be built upon in order for it to stick. You have to build, right? So an hour a day. And then you just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. We definitely include a couple steps and tips to help you build or break the habits and build that discipline that you need to be more successful. A few of my favorite tips are: 1, build the habit at the same time each day you practice to stay consistent. If you pick random times throughout the day and throughout the week, you won't be successful. You have to do the same thing at the same time, even if it gets boring, because now you're forming these systems and your brain automatically knows, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Another thing I like to tell people is just to put your phone on do not disturb or put it in a whole nother room. Yes, do it. And I don't want to hear, oh, I have children in X, Y, and Z, because at the end of the day, you can put some stipulations on, like, if your children call. And if they call twice, that's how you know it's an emergency. Okay, trust me, because I do it with my mama. She is on my do not disturb list, but she knows if she calls twice, I'll pick up because it'll also go through. Finally, track your progress. Catch yourself slipping. So track your progress. Honey, day 4, we talked about busy versus productive because COVID made some of y'all confused thinking that busy was a flex. Sitting in multiple Zoom meetings was a flex, and it ain't. It ain't, okay? Figure out what you're working towards. Set actionable steps that build upon that bigger goal. Ensure you're using your time wisely. I also recommend sandwiching your task. So you would do something simple that takes little time, then something big that takes more time, and then finish it up with something simple, right? And then explore tools that can help enhance this process, whether you use your phone notes, Google Keep, Asana, Notion, different types of calendars, agendas, whatever. Just write it down somewhere. I personally use a little bit of everything. I am a digital girly as well as a I'm gonna write it down girly. But luckily I actually keep all of the things that I write down because I want to track my progress over time at the end of each year. Grab your dustpans. It's time to sweep up this pile as we talk about processes. Processes are basically like your foundation. Are you aware of how you do things? Do you do them the same way each time? In 2023, let's stop winging every single thing. I personally love to do things the same way because, again, it builds upon your discipline. You're consistent. But also, if you are someone in business, come here. Side hustle folks, come here. Lead a team, whatever, come here, honey, because you need to start creating SOPs if you don't have any. And if you do have some, let's go update them. Standard operating procedures will make processes simple for others to execute. Even if you don't have someone now who is able to help you, you don't know when you will. So you don't have to get ready if you stay ready, okay? Also, these SOPs will help you just reveal different holes in your workflows. And I promise you, it'll save you time and money later on. Be sure to look at your processes from your POV and the POV of your customers. You may find that you need to be more clear to them. So, as we close up, I just want you to know you have goals to achieve, and it's not too late. Remember, no one on the planet is going to save you, so take your inheritance. After all, your purpose is tied to someone else's blessing. If there is a topic you would like to dig deep in, comment below, and don't forget to grab your free copy of the Cleanup Challenge.